Yo, about those, thanks again for tuning in to yet another video. Infamous coming at you live from the West Coast, from the Bay Area, San Jose, California. So here we have an oil change kit Harley complete. Now I've been seeing the comments on the Amazon posts. People have been saying some stuff, so here we are looking to see if that stuff is true. All right, so I have a couple components here we're going to be comparing it to. I have primary fluid, we have a K&N oil filter. We're going to see what's inside this kit. Now, if you buy this kit, of course, through Harley Davidson or your local dealer, you're looking at about $200, which is, you know, it's expensive. If you were to purchase a 5K service or a 3-hole change from your dealership, you're spending about $520. That is pricey. You could buy yourself a Saddlemen seat for that money. So let's go ahead and look at what's inside. So this listing does not mention anything as far as Milwaukee 8, but I'm almost certain this will work for your M8. If you have a Softail Milwaukee 8, I'm almost positive this will work. So let's go ahead and see inside. Like I mentioned, they also said some stuff about primary fluid, not having enough primary fluid in this kit. So we're going to look at what we have, and then we're going to look at the owner's manual. We're going to see what it requires. So here's the oil filter. First thing, these are packaged pretty well. They had some cardboard in here. You can see it's a very tight fit, because I was just thinking to myself, like, how do you fit a whole kit in this box? Because it looks tiny, but it's a tight fit. You guys can see everything is in there. All right, we have 4 quarts of oil plus transmission and primary. So we're gonna look at that. So this is the oil filter that they provide you with. Unfortunately, it is 171B, so that had me thinking, you know, is this gonna work? Because the K&N one is 170. Normally with these oil filters, the numbers are always going to be the same. All right, the numbers are always going to be the same. Just, you know, it just changes. So that was a little bit of a red flag. 170 and 171 is not the same filter. They look exactly the same though. We're going to look at both of them. All right, so this is the filter that you're provided with. Of course, this one's $15 if you were to buy it separately. This one with the kit and everything, it's like $80 if you get it on sale. You guys can see the oil filter looks exactly like the K&N. There is some you know, small changes here and there, but for the most part, it doesn't have the K&N logo on the what is this, 1/2-inch socket, which is pretty neat. I like it. I like it when it has that little socket adapter. Let's go ahead and grab the K&N. That's like one of the difference, but these look exactly the same, guys. Exactly the same. It might be the same supplier. I mean, they're like, even down to the plastic, it's exactly the same. So you guys can see, same color, black, same size fitting, same you know, adapter. I mean, there isn't much of a difference. You can see that the cheapy one, or the one that's in this kit, has like an extra gasket or some type of a, like a, I'm not sure what that is, but there's something like an O-ring inside of there. The K&N one doesn't have that. It's all bare metal. This one, you can see it, how it's color, it's black. You know, just small little changes, but everything else looks identical. Look at that. Same size, same everything. The only difference is that little O-ring on the inside of the filter with this one, with the kit one, and of course it doesn't have the logo, but they're exactly the same. That's just nuts. So you know, it had me thinking, let me Google search K&N 171B, and I found it. All right, so let me just show you guys that on the phone. I have it right here. Let me just go ahead and pull that up. So we have, here it is, K&N oil filters. This is their oil filter. Of course, it's got the little logo at the end. This is 171B. Where does it say? Where? There it is. K&N 171B. All right. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but there it is. So that one is exactly like this oil filter. It's the same one. All right, 171B. 171B. That B means black. That's pretty much the only thing that is. So you have B for black, and you have 171C for chrome. All right, so this is designed for high flow rates, obviously. And then let's go down to the fitting or the fitment vehicle applications. Let's scroll down. You guys can see they're all Milwaukee 8 towing models, which is a good sign. And then I went ahead and I scrolled down a little bit further down, and I saw a Street Bob. There it is right there, 2021 Street Bob. Street Bob. So that's a Milwaukee 8. You also have a Fat Bob, 2020 Fat Bob. So it's gonna fit. It's gonna fit a Milwaukee 8. So that is confirmed. 171 will fit your Milwaukee 8. So this kit should fit. All right, we'll find out when it comes down to me installing it on my Lowrider S. But based off of K&N and the filter number, this should fit, or this will fit your M8 Softail. So let's go ahead and look at what else we have in the kit. We have, of course, the V-twin oil, fully synthetic, which is, you know, that's a positive. 20 weight 50. All right. So if you guys have been seeing my videos, that's normally what I put in my bikes. 20 weight 50. So we have 1, 2, 3, and we have 4. What is 3 and 1? What is that? What does that mean? So here it is, V-twin, fully synthetic, 20 weight 50, which is basically what you put in your Sportster and your M8s, your twin cams. This is pretty much what you put in your bike. So we have 4 quarts. For some reason on the Harley Davidson website, the Lowrider S kit, the FX LRS kit, I don't know if they've changed it or updated it, but it's somehow it says 5 quarts. I've already mentioned this in my earlier video, but I mean 4 quarts seems to be pretty much fine. There was somebody mentioned something about just a little bit of that 5th quart. I'm not entirely sure. I also have the Castrol the Castrol kit on my left, but I'm not gonna bother pulling that out because that's a 6 quart kit. So that 6 quart kit costs about 60 bucks. All right, so we have 4 quarts of oil. In case you're wondering, I think 4 quarts. For the most part, most of the M8s, when you're buying it from Harley Davidson, most of the kits are a 4 quart kit. So there you go. You have 4 quarts of oil provided in the kit. Like I mentioned, people have mentioned that the post can be misleading because it doesn't have you know, everything in there. For some reason, I don't know, it really depends on the post. They'll have the image of all the stuff you need, but then when you order the actual kit, they only send you the oil and the oil filter. So let's go ahead and see what else is in here. We have 2 more items in this kit. Like I mentioned, for 80 bucks or $90, it's a solid kit. You're saving yourself $100. And as far as, you know, the quality of the oil, you guys can, you know, fight it out in the comments. All right, I've already mentioned as far as oil and it's fully synthetic, I think it does the same thing. All right, Harley's not making this stuff. If you think Harley's making this stuff, you're wrong. All right, they're buying this from a different supplier. All right, so moving on to, of course, the 2 other items in the kit. You have your transmission, which is 85 weight 140, made in the USA. That's, you know, something else that I want to point out. This oil is made here in the USA. So we have, of course, the transmission, 1 quart, so that's 32 ounces. I believe that's enough. I'm not entirely sure. This one was where everyone is mentioning that this is not enough primary oil for your Harley Davidson. You do have 32 flow ounces in this. That's 1 quart primary fluid. All right. I also have primary fluid for Sportster. You know, same brand, same amount, 1 quart. All right. So Sportster primary. This is your this is for your M8. So let's go ahead and look at the owner's manual. All right. Once again, pull out the phone. Let's look at the owner's manual. Let's see what it says. All right, so let's zoom in on right here. This is the main part. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, So you have dry fill and you have wet fill for your primary chain case lubricant, or your oil, your primary chain case oil, which is what this is, primary. So for a dry fill, meaning if you're installing a brand new gasket, or if you've modified or changed your comp or changed your clutch basket, or you've done something to have a dry fill, you're going to need 40 flow ounces. That's not enough. All right. A wet fill, primary chain case oil swap, you're going to need 36 flow ounces or fluid ounces. 36. 1 quart is 32, so we're short by 4 ounces. Is that going to make a difference? I don't know. All right, so you know, that's something that you're probably going to have to order another one if you want to be you know, dead on with what the owner's manual says. So that's why I have this one from Harley Davidson. You guys can see. But here's the other issue. All right, this is also 32 fluid ounces, also 1 quart. All right, I went to the dealership. I bought this from the parts counter. The parts guy did not tell me, hey, you need 2 of these. He didn't say that. All right, he didn't tell me that you know, that you need 2. So who knows, do you actually need 2 or do you just need 1? Even if it is short 4 ounces. I mean, 4 ounces is quite a bit. You know, I don't know. I'm just saying, if it was 2 ounces, maybe I wouldn't be worried about it. 4 ounces, you guys can let me know in the comments. What would you guys do? Would you guys put in just 1? Or would you guys put in 1 and then 4 ounces of a second one? All right, so this is, of course, like I said, the Formula Plus primary chain case lubricant. Oh, and it's also transmission. So, I don't know, maybe you could use the transmission, right? I mean, if that's what this is, transmission and primary case, could I use some of the transmission in the primary? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Heavy duty formula, advanced formula. This is the Harley Davidson brand. I am almost 100% sure that they do not make their own oil. I made a video on this. I can't remember when I made it, but I think it was on the subject of oil, because you know, people have different you know, thoughts on oil, or different opinions on the oil. So here's everything from Harley Davidson, approved by Harley Davidson for use in all stages of transmission and primary chain case life. So maybe you could mix match this oil in case you have a little bit of overflow with this one. Let's see how many fluid ounces you need for the transmission. Refer to HD owner's manual for recommended maintenance service intervals, which is, you know, every 10,000 miles or 15,000 miles. All right, so looking at the owner's manual for the transmission, we have up here, we have 28 fluid ounces. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. So we have 28 fluid ounces on the transmission, which is actually a benefit, because if you only need 28 fluid ounces of the transmission, then that means you have an extra 4 ounces. Yeah, because these are 32. So that means you have an extra 4 ounces still left over from the transmission. So technically you're missing 4 ounces on this. So could you just add these four ounces that are left over onto your primary? I think you can. Somebody tell me in the comments, am I wrong? But based off of this transmission and primary chain case, and it's got the image right there, primary transmission. So this might just be enough if that's the case. And, you know, for a lot of the people that are claiming it doesn't have sufficient primary oil, you have enough left over on your transmission to add it to your primary. And then this kit is all you need. You don't even have to buy this other one. So that's what's included in this kit. In case you guys were wondering my opinion on the oil. if you really don't like that this is cheap oil, because it's super cheap or inexpensive, if you don't like that this is inexpensive oil, I've already said this in the videos, you could actually, you know, change out your oil. Instead of doing it 5,000 intervals, which is what Harley Davidson recommends, you could change it at 3,000. All right, I know people that change it at 2,000 miles. Yes, it's gonna benefit your engine. If you're doing it every 3,000, every 2,000 miles, like I said, there's people that do it every 2,000 miles. You can absolutely do that, and that's what you do. I mean, that's what you could do with this. I'm gonna do it at 5,000. I'm still gonna do it at 5,000. But it, you know, if you wanted to, instead of, or maybe you're someone that does it every 3,000 miles anyways, why not just save yourself the $100 and buy this kit? You know, it's exactly like the K&N, exactly like the K&N. The primary fluid, it seems like it's exactly the same. You know, same size, same measurement, could be the same formula. I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. You know, the other stuff, the Sin 3 Plus or whatever they call their system, you know, all of that is pretty expensive. But hey, this really depends on you. So there's what's inside the box. I'm gonna leave a link in the video of where you can buy this stuff. But oil filter seems to be actually it seems like you can actually fit this on the M8. The actual Sportster, my Sportster oil filter is actually a 171. But you know what? I think this one is the Sportster. Yeah, XL 1200. So the 170 is the Sportster. That's what I'm just realizing. So this is the Sportster oil filter, and the 171 B, if I remember correct, is the oil filter that I used on my Milwaukee 8. So there it is, guys. This will fit your M8 Softair or your M8 Touring model. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching yet another video. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.